Welcome everyone to another episode of LockDown. Today we will be doing our first ever movie review, and today's review is It. First things first, this will be a light spoiler review. Beautifully shot, shockingly violent, and plenty of laugh out loud moments. A film that ranks amongst the better of Stephen King adaptations. A truly successful film in terms of its direction by an Argentinian director, Andy Muschi, whose filmography includes 2013's Mama. Now, his filmography includes Mama, and that's pretty much it. And that's actually quite surprising because, well, being his second feature film, it's quite surprising how successful this film is in terms of critic reviews and the amount of loads of money it's making. He doesn't have a lot of credit to his name yet, but I'm pretty sure that's about to change. With this film, he cements himself as a truly talented director who has the ability to balance equal parts sheer terror with light-hearted moments and great character building. Each of these aspects are just given just the right amount of time, that they don't feel forced or unnecessary. His scares are always beautiful to look at because of how they shot, and they never feel forced and cheap. The character-driven moments are a real treat to viewers, as they contain some of the best child acting I've ever seen in a film. But make no mistake, as these child actors showcase their acting range, as they portray not just, kids that joke with each other and swear a lot, but who portray kids who actually have to cope with their inner and outer demons, as well as the building of their courage and the overcoming of their fear in order to defeat the title character, It. And make no mistake, even with all the light-hearted moments, this is a truly horrifying film. And if you need proof of that, look no further than the freaking beginning of the film. The literal beginning. As the clown bites the child who is the little bro of the main character's arm off. I'm not even talking about... I'm full 127 hours on that thing. Now you might say, we've had child actors dying on screen before, but the way that the child is and the way he is with his little bro, it's saddening to actually see that. And the camera never shies away from this. No matter how much you think you can't handle, the camera stays on the child. And if you think that's it, no. In the same scene as the boy scrolling away without one arm, the clown extends his arm and grabs the boy and pulls him back into the freaking sewer. A neat little trick that I liked about the film is that when the moments when it is actually rushing at the screen towards the kids, you actually see, it's almost as if the camera is actually attached to him, as if they put the camera on him, because the camera doesn't shy, it doesn't move, it just stays on his face, and you see him move like that. And that young clown is scary! Played magnificently by Bill Skarsgård, brother to Alexander Skarsgård, son to Stellan Skarsgård. A nice throwback to And a nice throwback to that first film called Mama is that the guy who plays Mama herself plays the deformed woman from the painting of whom one of the characters, Stan, is actually afraid of, who looks eerily close to Mama herself. Speaking of Stan, each one of these children are actually given a moment to shine and showcase their immense acting ability. We have our own stuttering head honcho, Bill, played by Jaden Lieberher, overweight outsider, Ben, who earns himself a place amongst the Losers Club, played by Jeremy Ray Taylor, bespectacled best friend of Bill and foul-mouthed comic relief, Richie, played by Stranger Things, Finn Wolfhard, Jewish germaphobe and the group skeptic, Stan, played by Wyatt Olaf, African-American farmer and also keeper of history, Mike, played by Chosen Jacobs, and lastly, the poster child of the hypochondriac, played by Jack Dylan Grazer. These six make up our instantly lovable Losers Club. No, wait, I'm missing one. Oh yes, the only female of the group, Beverly Marsh, played by the lovely Sophia Lillis, the only female of the club and the one with the biggest personal demon. You see, she's the only one of the characters despicable, rapey father. I don't actually know if we know if he is rapey. That's kind of the vibe we get. Once the audience actually meets her father, you realize why she doesn't fear it. Because it is, just a clown. But her father is something out of this world. It's actually something far worse. Now that I think about it, all the shimmy adults are actually quite shimmy. But as we come to actually realize in the movie, that might be because of it himself. A point that is actually made in the novel as well. So again, Pennywise isn't actually the demon that they have to face. It's their own fear that he portrays in the film. The throwbacks to the 80s, I mean, it's recreated beautifully. Whereas you get the posters on the film cinema where it's Batman is playing Nightmare on Elm Street 1 to 5. Richie's playing Street Fighter on the freaking arcade. Now, I only have two problems with this film. One is that the film actually makes you forget it's a horror film. Now, that's not a bad thing. I mean, it's a brilliant horror film. But when you're actually watching this light-hearted character moments, it sort of puts you in this false sense of security that what you're watching is some sort of Nicholas Sparks movie or something. You become so invested in these characters and enjoy the light-hearted, character-driven moments so much that once the aspect of the horror actually begins, you'll be like, damn, son! This isn't just a coming-of-age tale, but something much more. The other problem that I have with this film is that due to the actual horror and the violence of this movie, regular moviegoers won't actually watch this movie and actually get to experience. Example, this guy over here. Hey, man.
Yo, what's up, man?
He's not going to watch this movie because of the violence. And it's not just violence, it's true horror. Everyone should experience these characters because they are really awesome to you. It's nice to go on this journey with them. And not everyone's going to get to experience that. That's the problem I have with this movie. That not everyone else is going to be able to watch. Not everyone is going to be able to watch this movie. This film is a roller coaster. The best there is. And at the end of this movie, we find out that this is only chapter 1. And whoever read the books will know that our chapter 2 will include the adult versions of the characters. So they will feature different cast. But I hope that they will actually somehow bring them into flashbacks or something like that. Because I want to carry this journey on with these characters. I don't want to just, from now these kids are gone and now they're adults. So my overall thoughts are, I mean, it's beautifully shot. It's a true horror movie. It's not just a coming-of-age, light-hearted, jokes between friends type of movie, overcoming a bully, but actually a true horror movie, which isn't just some forced, jump scares for nothing. It's actually a really good film. And I can't wait to see more of Andy, of his work, of these characters. And you should definitely watch this damn film, because it is one of the best films I've ever seen in my life. So guys, before we go, I'm going to give you my thoughts on who should play the adult versions of these characters. And if you enjoyed that, give us your thoughts in the comments who should play these adult characters. Thanks guys, don't forget to like, subscribe and comment.